let's start with this Indiana, these two, actually, it's two out of Indiana. The first one, the humane disposal of fetal remains, and then they did not review the part of the law that bans abortion, basically sex-based, race-based, or disability-based abortion. How come?
So it is pretty standard practice for the court to generally not hear an appeal where there hasn't been what the court calls a circuit split yet. So the most common kind of way to get your case to the Supreme Court, there are two very straightforward ways. One is if it's a pressing, dire national emergency. So think of kind of Barack Obama issuing DACA or DAPA amnesties, or something that might get like a nationwide injunction at the district court level, like a truly pressing national matter. That would generally get fast tracked. The other quick way is when you have a circuit split. So if the Fifth Circuit and the Ninth Circuit disagree, but apparently this Seventh Circuit ruling was an issue of first impression, which means that the Seventh Circuit was the first issue to actually directly look at a fetal remains disposal statute. So I think what the court here is basically saying is they're going to wait for a circuit split to emerge. This case probably will get to the court, to be clear. And look, Clarence Thomas has made it, he has not hidden the balls to where he is going with respect to the what he calls the eugenics statute. Judge Frank Easterbrook, who dissented from the Seventh Circuit's refusal to rehear this case in front of the full court, what we call an en banc rehearing, also referred to it as a eugenics statute. I believe that these statutes are eventually going to be upheld. I am not particularly confident that we have the votes to overturn Roe v. Wade right now, with Kavanaugh, and Gorsuch, and Roberts all being a little wobblier than I would like them to be. But I do think that in the long run, once these cases are eventually granted cert, that Indiana's law will be fully redeemed.
Interesting. This is what Clarence Thomas said, by the way. This is quite something to hear from Justice Thomas. He said, quote, "The use of abortion to achieve eugenic goals is not merely hypothetical. The foundations for legalizing abortion in America were laid during the early 20th century birth control movement. That movement developed alongside the American eugenics movement. And significantly, Planned Parenthood founder Margaret Sanger recognized the eugenic potential of her cause. She emphasized and embraced the notion that birth control, quote, opens the way to the eugenicists." Thomas goes on to say, whereas Sanger believed that birth control could prevent unfit people from reproducing, abortion can prevent them from being born in the first place. Many eugenicists therefore supported legalizing abortion, and abortion advocates, including future Planned Parenthood president Alan Guttmacher, endorsed the use of abortion for eugenic reasons. Technological advances have only heightened the eugenic potential for abortion. Josh, I cannot remember hearing something so strong as it relates to abortion from any Supreme Court justice ever in the history of our nation.